What's good, TMG fam? It's your boy L, and I'm back with another reaction. How y'all feel? Welcome back to the channel. Salute. Now, I don't know if Thailand is on your places to visit, your bucket list, or whatever you have. We're gonna check it out today, and we're gonna find out what they got going on down there in Thailand. Here is the 15 strangest things recently discovered in Thailand. And I was just thinking about the food. What could possibly be, new and a new experience to try to eat there. Now I gotta worry about this. All right, so real quick before we get to it, if you're new to the channel, man, hit the subscribe button, join the fam, all that. Help me acknowledge the haters real quick. So we're gonna give the haters a quick moment of silence. That's enough. Now run the likes up. Let's find out what's going on down in Thailand.
Ancient country and also one which
Thailand
Thailand is a very ancient country and also one which is filled with mysteries and strange things. This is surely one of the most fascinating countries in Asia.
Oh!
And even in the entire world. From the magnificent beast that has made a dramatic return to the archaeological find which gave us a look at the life of a prehistoric giant, here's the 15 things recently discovered in Thailand. Number 15. Rare tigers. After their all-time low in 2010, tigers are making a comeback. For the first time in 4 years, camera traps in a forest in western Thailand have acquired film of tigers in the region, according to a conservationist. The finding gives hope to efforts in the Southeast Asian country to save the species. The Indo-Chinese tiger is a tiger that belongs to a subspecies of Panthera tigris that is endemic to Southeast Asia. Myanmar, Thailand, and Laos are home to this group. It has been categorized as endangered on the IUCN Red List since...
See how they put that soothing, calming music behind this? It'll almost, lure you into believing that this isn't a dangerous animal at the same time. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm all for saving and helping out, you know what I mean, endangered animals, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, they'll also make you be like, yo, I want to go save this animal, bring him home and live with me. And then you'll forget that you have a real, tiger on your hands. You know what I mean?
Since 2008, since the population has fallen significantly and is approaching the critical endangered level. The population was projected to be 342 individuals in 2011, with 85 in Myanmar and 20 in Vietnam, with the biggest population block surviving in Thailand estimated to be 189 to 252 individuals between 2009 and 2014. 3 male tigers are seen wandering at night in recent videos and images, even staring directly into one of the camera traps at one point. Before we go on, like this video, smash the subscribe button, and click the notification bell right now, or this centipede will crawl on your face when you're sleeping. Now it's time for the rare topic. Now here's a what the hell is this thing even? No doubt this picture proves that Thailand is filled with some of the strangest things out there. This creature was pulled out of the water by a...
Bro, that joker got human hands. I'm not buying that though. I'm not. You would literally have to show me that. He got hands like us.
Fishermen recently in the waters near Thailand, and as you can see, it's a fish mermaid. Except unlike a regular mermaid, it has a fish for a head too, which is not quite how we were led to believe it would be by Disney's Ariel. And in fact, if you look closely, this isn't a maid at all, but some kind of fish-headed mer-dude. Sadly, it had to come to the end of its life, and before the fishermen could even take it off the boat, it was taken away by the Thai Secret Service and never heard of again. What do you think this creature was? Have you ever seen one of these? As always, comment down below with the hashtag #RareTopic and let us know your opinion.
I might have to do some research on that to kind of validate that.
In relation to number 14, 5,000-year-old whale skeleton. Recently, Thai archaeologists discovered a unique, partially petrified, and fully preserved whale skeleton in the west of the capital, Bangkok, estimated to be over 5,000 years old. The 12.5-meter-long skeleton was discovered in early November by a biker who saw massive vertebrae protruding from the ground in a place 12 kilometers from the sea. The dig has been going on for almost a month, and researchers believe it is Asia's lone find of its type. The right shoulder and fin were the latest to be discovered, giving them a total of 36 backbone fragments. The crew is putting the skull back together and patching up cracks before transporting it to the lab for cleaning and preservation. The gender of the bird whale is unknown. Thus, the bones required to be carbon dated to ascertain the skeleton's exact age. There are few whale subfossils in Asia. Mammal researcher Marcus Chua of the National University of Singapore said, and even fewer ones are in such good condition. The scientist points out that the Gulf of Thailand has an intriguing history in the previous 10,000 years, with sea levels probably up to 4 meters higher than they are now, and significant tectonic activity. Number 13.
Wow.
Cave art. Kanika Premjai and her small team of archaeologists have been scouring Samroyot National Park, some 4 hours southwest of Bangkok, for months, following a ranger slashing a path through thick jungle with a machete. They had examined over 40 caverns and had yet to locate cave art until they came across this one. The cave art was first hidden by the black cave walls, but it was discovered after thorough inspection and the use of a smartphone application to enhance the artwork. Kanaga estimates the age of the painting to be between 3,000 and 2,000 years. Ancient temples and towns have been discovered in Thailand, including the remains of the historic former city of Ayutthaya and northern Chiang Mai. However, because of the strenuous walking involved, finding cave art is more difficult for Thailand's understaffed Department of Fine Arts. A lot of their primary work is just preserving what is already found, and that already takes up a lot of time. There are a lot of places in Thailand that are still unexplored, explains Noel Hidalgo Tan, an expert with Southeast Asia's Regional Center for Archaeology and Fine Arts. Number 12. Missing soccer team. A well-publicized cave rescue in Thailand's
I remember this story. We watched this on one of the other videos, man. This was crazy.
Chiang Rai province in June and July 2018 saved the lives of members of a youth football team who were trapped within the Tham Luang Nang Nam cave. After football practice on June 23rd, 12 members of the squad ranging in age from 11 to 16 and their 25-year-old assistant coach entered the cave. Heavy rain soon followed, partially flooding the cave and obstructing their exit. Rising water levels and strong currents impeded effort to find the group, and no communication was made for more than a week.
We're coming. It's okay.
The rescue attempt grew into a large operation as a result of widespread public interest and the participation of foreign rescue teams. British divers John Valenthin and Richard Stanton discovered the party alive on a high rock approximately 4 kilometers, 2.5 miles, from the cave opening on July.
And it was really to their surprise because they've been in there, like I said, a week. They expected to find them dead. They were alive. That was crazy. That was like a miracle right there.
July 2nd, after pushing through small channels and filthy waters. Unfortunately, during the rescue, Saman Kunan, a 37-year-old former Thai Navy SEAL, died of asphyxiation, while rescue diver and Thai Navy SEAL Bairat Pakbara died of a blood infection received during the mission in December 2019. Number 11. Ancient Giant. Did archaeologists discover a giant skeleton in a cave near Krabi, Thailand, that was perhaps slain by a horned snake? Kinda. Scientists claim to have uncovered an ancient, enormous skeleton, as well as massive snake bones. It's a remarkable find, and if it's true, it provides evidence that giants once walked the earth. It also validates the Nagas'
Bro, look at the skull on that.
old mythology. However, there's others who say it's just the work of skilled artist Tu Wei Cheng, who is from the area and specializes in fake archaeological art installations. This one was inspired by...
Really, dude? Arrest him. Don't be playing with me like that. Arrest that dude. Really? Got me thinking, man. I was about to say, see, I told y'all. That's messed up. That's messed up.
Asian mythology, especially the Nagas. It is said that the giant transformed into a human, and that the Nagas changed another human into a giant. They'd both fallen in love with a princess who lived in this town, and they battled it out till death. The giants became mountains on each side of the Krabi River. The Nagas, sometimes known as the Serpent People, are referenced in Hindu mythology. These strange animals are claimed to reside in Patala and Bogavati, meaning peopled by snakes, or delightful. Two splendid underground towns.
See? Now we could be like, see, now that makes sense why Shaq's so tall. Why Shaq is like super tall, or any other like Yao Ming, or however, you know what I'm saying? Now we see like, okay, now we can find their bloodline. This is where their bloodline is.
Number 10. Ewok-like troll monkeys. When a group of visitors were met by a family of Ewok-like troll monkeys performing music on the outskirts of a Thai island, they were taken aback. Some of the critters moved around in the shallows, while others sat on the rock edges. As they moved about, they resembled the tiny reddish fictitious aliens from Star Wars. Tourists hiding behind the boulders in Railay, Krabi, Thailand, noticed them as they went by in a rowboat and canoes. Despite their unusual look, the monkeys were actually theater actors, and the sound was provided by Tory Raines, a traveling singer who had created the weird scenario with Thailand.
Still, I don't like it. I don't like it. Don't ride me past there. That look cool. That's crazy.
Now, a local acting troupe. Jemayel Kawaja, a bystander who captured the footage, said, "We were kayaking around Railay Bay in Thailand, turned a corner towards a cave, and found ourselves confronted with perhaps the most surreal and bizarre situation I've ever experienced. Ewok-like troll creatures engaged in some cacophonic ritual in the water. It went on for like 30 minutes. What on earth is going on here?" Number 9. Huge new shark-toothed dinosaur. Local farmers produce maize and tapioca on the ground near Ban Svan Hin in central Thailand, which is sprinkled with thin reddish dirt. However, more than 113 million years ago, this area was home to ancient floodplains ravaged by a terrifying dinosaur with shark-like teeth. The 25-foot beast's bones are the latest in a long line of big dinosaur discoveries in the area, and they provide new insight into how a large group of predatory dinosaurs moved over the ancient world. Another group of enormous predatory dinosaurs reigned tens of millions of years before huge tyrannosaurs like T-Rex emerged on the scene. The Allosaurids, a group known as the Carcharodontosaurs, was among these meat-eating giants. Carcharodontosaurs were ubiquitous across the Earth during the early Cretaceous era, according to the findings. By that time, several other dinosaur families, notably Allosauroids, had also extended their ranges. North America was attached to Europe and Asia at the time, enabling dinosaurs from all three continents to meet and interact. Number 8. New ant species discovered. The National Science Museum of Thailand has reported the discovery of 5 new ant species in Southeast Asia by its experts. 2 of the 5 new ant species were discovered in Thailand's Tak and Nakhon Si Thammarat provinces, while the other 3 were discovered on the Malaysian island of Borneo.
Get a little nervous when stuff be flying over your house. You know what I'm saying? These videos be having you on edge. Me too.
Provinces, while the other 3 were discovered on the Malaysian island of Borneo. Whew. They were given the names of the 3 people who discovered them: Sischa Chalad Thanyaki Jatrong, Liwat Wataya Eyamane 2020, and Sischa
Don't look like a place you should be walking barefoot.
Reticularis jatrong, Wiwat Wataya Eyamane 2020 are the 2 species discovered in Thailand. Rolls right off the tongue and totally didn't take multiple takes to probably butcher it in the end, but, you know, we tried. Bet the guys who named it Red Ant and Carpenter Ant kinda feel, you know, inadequate now. The purpose of their research, according to NSM President Rawen Rawiwong, is to learn about biodiversity in the region and assess the ecological ecological habitat's health. According to the NSM, in January of this year, researcher Bangorn Changlam discovered 2 species of snails, including the reticulated microsnail. Number 7. King cobra caught in sewer.
Nope.
In 2019, a massive 13-foot king cobra was rescued from a sewer in southern Thailand after an hour-long effort. A guy chased the cobra, the world's longest poisonous snake, into a dark and narrow drainage.
The world's longest poisonous snake. He chased him. Yeah, that's different right there, bro. Salute to you. It's a dirty job. I guess somebody got to do it.
Pipe, according to footage from the Daring Catch. The cobra splashed around in the water attempting to crawl back into the pipe, but was repeatedly yanked out by the tail. A security guard on the housing development, where it was discovered, initially notified the rescue group. The king cobra is a massive epilid indigenous to Indian and Southeast Asian jungles. It is the biggest venomous snake on the planet. The king cobra is a well-known emblem in Indian, Sri Lankan, and Myanmarese mythology and folklore. It is India's national reptile. Members of Myanmar's Pakoku clan tattoo their upper bodies with ink laced with cobra venom and a weekly immunization that may or may not protect them from the snake. However, no scientific evidence supports this. The king cobra is most endangered in Southeast Asia because of habitat degradation. Poaching for its meat, skin, and usage in traditional Chinese medicine is also a problem. Number 6.
He just holding it like it ain't nothing.
2,000 dead fetuses. Until February 2021, abortion was strictly outlawed in Thailand. Inevitably, this led to many illegal abortions which hugely endangered women before the new laws, and one example was especially grisly. As the full magnitude of the macabre find became known in 2010, Thailand authorities discovered the remains of 2,000 unlawfully aborted fetuses stashed at a Buddhist temple in Bangkok.
ซึ่งก็เป็นเรื่องที่ผมคิดว่าทุกหน่วยงานเนี่ยจะต้องร่วมมือกัน
The body
Oh, somebody need one of them punishment videos. We need one of them punishment from the punishment video. Somebody got to go, bro. That's just so disrespectful on so many different. I can't even get it out because I'm getting pissed. Disrespectful on so many different levels, right there, bro. You just stashing dead.
Bodies were discovered in the temple's 3 mortuary chambers, wrapped in plastic bags, and police determined they had completed their search with all bodies discovered. As a result of the findings, Thai's Public Health Ministry authorized a statewide crackdown on abortion facilities, predicting that 80,000 pregnancies are unlawfully terminated in Thailand each year. This crackdown exacerbated the situation until the new judgment was issued in 2021. 2 undertakers were detained at the time, and they detailed the circumstances. They would typically have disposed of the dead by mixing them in with the remains of others who were being incinerated, but the furnaces had failed and the number of dead in storage had grown while repairs were being made. In Thailand, Buddhist temples not only execute cremations, but also preserve the dead in properly chilled chambers. Number 5.
So they were only caught because of the furnaces going down. So this would still be going on. Probably, and it is. They're just figuring out new ways to get around it. So, man. That's so wrong. That is so wrong right there.
Crocodile buffalo. If crocodiles weren't terrifying enough, check out this mutant, which despite being born from a buffalo mother has reptile-like scaly skin and a crocodile-shaped skull. The bizarre appearance of this strange beast startled and alarmed the people of a Thai community. A mob gathered around this strange creature, which was set out on a table with lights lit around it to inspect its scaly skin and skull. The creature was born in Sisaket, according to Thai news site Wrath. Villagers are claimed to be visiting the animal's body in the hopes of winning money in a local lottery. In biology, a hybrid is the outcome of sexual reproduction, combining the traits of 2 organisms of different different breeds, varieties, species, or genera. Significant hurdles to hybridization, such as genetic and anatomical variations, varying periods of fertility, mating behavior and signals, and physiological rejection of sperm cells or the developing fetus, keep species reproductively separated. Normally, such barriers would exist between buffaloes and crocodiles, however, as Jurassic Park famously stated, nature finds a way. Number 4. Mystery Tree. A weird tree in Thailand appears to yield fruit in the shape of a young woman, which has the internet mystified. While many people are awestruck by the form of the green fruits, others are less impressed by the jumbled video. In Buddhist mythology, the Narifan tree is thought to grow in the fabled Himafan forest and yield the fruit of young female deities. According to legend, Buddhist god Indra built a woodland dwelling for his wife, Vesantara, and their 2 children. Vesantara, on the other hand, was in risk of being attacked by terrible male creatures when she walked out into the jungle to obtain food. Indra then fashioned 12 unique Narifan trees that would grow fruit in the shape of his bride to keep the monsters distracted while she gathered her own food. The male demons would return home with these fruits, make love to them, and then sleep for 4 months, losing their superpowers. Are these real or fake? The internet still just can't decide, so let us know what you think below. Number 3.
Is it? Is that real? Somebody please in the comment section tell me if you're familiar with that and have done any research. I gotta go now and do my own research and find out is that real. That's insane. I've never seen nothing like that. I gotta know if that's real.
3. Rare orange pearl found on the beach. After discovering a rare orange mellow pearl valued over $300,000 on a beach in Thailand, a penniless fisherman is in line for a huge prize. On January 27, 2021, Hatchai Neomadeka, 37, was collecting up shells with his family in Nakhon Si Thammarat province when they came upon the remarkable find. Hatchai discovered a disused buoy washed up on the beach with many shells attached, notably 3 snail shells that his brother Warshat Neomadeka, 35, carried home. They took the snail shells to their dad, Bangmad Neomadeka, 60, who was cleaning them when the pearl, approximately the size of a dime, was discovered. Hatchai, the man who discovered the shells, claimed to have experienced an odd dream a few days before discovering the valuable jewel. An old white man with a long mustache told me to come to the beach so I could receive a gift, he claimed. I believe he guided me to the pearl. I want to get the best price for the pearl. Money will not only transform my life, but it will also change my destiny. Everyone in my family will have a better life. He thinks the old guy is a divinity who wants to help him get out of poverty, since the pearl might be valued up to 10 million baht. Number 2.
Jeez.
Strange fish with human-like face. Thailand.
Who want to go to the beach with me? Let's just go to the beach. We ain't getting in the water, no. We're gonna find a pearl. Talk about come up. That's like the story, man. What's that, like the hillbillies? Remember the hillbillies? Huh? I need to come up like that.
Scientists captured an odd fish with a human-like face. The unnamed pale fish, which had large human-like lips and protruding blue eyes, was caught by fisherman Pressert Shukul. To make this situation even weirder, the critter looked to be stunned after being caught. The fish weighed 6 pounds and measured 17 inches in length. By the time Shukul returned to shore, it was dead, according to him. I almost threw everything back into the water when I saw the scary fish, Shukul said. It was looking at me and it had a face like an ugly, frowning man. This fish's body was shorter than it should have been, and it had big lips but no teeth. Nobody knew what this creature was in our village, including the elders. I did not dare to cook it for myself or anybody else. It was so weird. Shukul was visited by a local marine center, which examined the fish. It's thought to be a polycharis fish. Polycharis bury their heads in the sand with their jaws wide to capture little fish in it, which explains the horrible look. Shukul, on the other hand, handed the fish to the wildlife center because he was afraid it would bring him ill luck. And to be frank, that's what I would have done too. Number 1. Bodies of 40 tiger cubs. A Thai Buddhist monastery has been accused of wildlife trafficking and animal mistreatment after 40 dead tiger cubs were discovered in a freezer. In 2016, police and wildlife officials began an operation to remove all
Where's Carol Baskin when you need her?
of the tiger temple's live tigers. The 40 cubs were lined up on the floor in pictures taken by photographers on the scene and shared on social media. The renowned tourist destination in Kanchanaburi was temporarily closed after the incident. Wildlife officials will pursue additional criminal charges after the finding, according to Colonel Bandith Myung Sukhum, who said that the cubs were just 1 or 2 days old when they died. Traditional Chinese medicine uses tiger bones and body parts, and some suggest they were about to be sold to the Chinese. The temple's monks were unavailable for comment, though they have repeatedly refuted charges of trafficking. The temple stated on its Facebook page that the death rate for tiger cubs at the temple was very low, and that it used to cremate deceased cubs, but that a vet modified the policy in 2010, probably to keep as proof against allegations of selling cubs. What's the craziest thing you've heard of being discovered in Thailand? Do you live in Thailand?
So, who's ready to go to Thailand? Who's ready to go? I got to check out the food. That's what I got to check out. But I don't know, man. I'm going to have to reevaluate if it's going to stay on my list. It was very low. It wasn't like high on my list of places to go, but it was definitely a pit stop there somewhere along the way. I don't know. We'll have to see, man. That whole abortion thing, though, that was insane. You just see how they were just stuffed in there. Like you would stuff stuff in your pantry. Like, I can't rock with that. I can't rock with that. You know, but that's just me. I'm not trying to push that on anybody else. That's just me. But y'all get at me in the comment section, man. Let me know what y'all thought of this video. And stick around and stay tuned till the next reaction. I'm gone.